telling us? Well, when it says to factor completely, it's a little hint to you that you're not going to just be pulling out a greatest common denominator factor and just call it right there. You're not done, because what you're going to do is you're going to look inside the parenthesis and say, is that polynomial, can that polynomial be factored further? Well, in this case, they will be able to be factored more than once. So inside that, and you guys have already done that a little bit, okay? Is once you get in factor under greatest common factor, you're going to look inside there and say, can this be factored further using these steps? Okay, so let's go ahead and do one of those. Let's do 3x cubed minus 12x. Okay, guys, I'm going to put that down. We're going to factor that, this binomial. Okay? We're going to follow the steps I have on the board. Okay, so what does step 1 tell me to do? Factor out a greatest common what? Binomial factor. So let's go over here, guys, and figure out what is our GCMF. 3 what, class? 3x, right, because can we take out just more than 3? Yeah. We can take out a 3x, because when we have an x cubed and an x, we can only take out the smallest of the exponents, which is x to the first, or x. All right, now that we've factored out the greatest common denominator factor, we've done step 1. Okay, not step 1 yet, sorry, we can finish it. 3x times what is 3x cubed?
X squared.
X what?
Key squared.
Squared, good, because 1 plus 2 is 3. Yep, so we add the exponents. All right, minus 3x times what is 12x? 4. Good. So how many times have I factored so far, class?
Once.
1. So I've done step 1. So what, according to factoring completely, we don't factor just once. We look to factor further. So let's move on to step 2. Look for either the difference of 2 squares or a perfect square trinomial. Tell me, inside the parentheses, is it special? Is it one of these 2 things that's special to factor? Which one is it? The difference of 2 squares, right. So now that we've factored out the greatest common denominator factor, we can bring that down, because now we can solve that if we had to solve, because that does have a variable attached to it. We're going to factor this into these 2 binomials. Guys, how do you factor a difference of 2 squares? What are the signs going to be, same or opposite?
Opposite.
Very good, opposite, Brad, good. So we have one that's positive and one that is negative. Good. Now, how do we get those other, what do we put in those parentheses? X. So we, x times x is x squared. So the square root of x squared is x. So that's why those go there. What is the square root of 4? 2. 2 goes here, and 2 goes there. Okay? Now, class, what if I change this to an equals 0 and ask you to solve it? How many actual answers would you have?
3.
3. Very good. Because can you set this equal to 0 now? Because it has a what? It has a variable, doesn't it? Yeah? And you set that equal to 0, and that equal to 0, so you have actually 3 answers. You'd have x equals 3, x equals negative 2, right? And then x equals positive 2, right? So if this was changed, and they asked you to, and they made that equal 0, then you would solve it, and you set each one of these factors, those polynomials, because each one of these are polynomials, aren't they? That's a monomial, it's a binomial, that's a binomial. Each one of those can be set equal to 0 and solved. But again, it was only factoring. But you are going to have ones that are going to ask you to solve. So because of time, we're going to be running out of time. I want to make sure I put over that. All right, let's do another one of these. You guys are doing really